Broadcasting live from somewhere in the Shadow Realm, this is YuGiOh Duel Links Talk. Here's your host, Doug Dimmaduel.
Hey there, welcome to another episode of YuGiOh Duel Links Talk. Today we're going to get back into the news since seems like every time I turn around there's some more news on the horizon within YuGiOh Duel Links. So let's take a look at what's going on right now. And the first one is just a quick reminder that there will be a maintenance notice at midnight on August 29th, and that's in preparation for the next event that should be coming out, the set sail to Duelist Kingdom, all that stuff. And speaking of which, we have a whole bunch of updates with at least other events that are coming in down the road. So as I mentioned here, early September, there's that new event, Duelist Chronicles Set Sail for the Kingdom. A long-awaited character will be obtainable. Play through a new type of event based off the original series. So what this tells me is that it's going to be YuGiMoto. And with Yugi, you've seen him around. He's been one of those roaming legendary duelists. He's had his special events where you're able to get Valkyrion, the Magnet Warrior, and you're able to get all three of the Magnet Warrior cards and a few other great pieces, of course, one of which being Union Attack, if I remember correctly. But yeah, so having Yugi floating around as a potential obtainable legendary duelist will be an awesome thing. I've been looking around at a lot of the rumors online, and again, for the last week or two, the rumblings have been going on that it was going to be Yugi, and I'm really, 99% sure that this will be Yugi. And if that's the case, there should be some pretty cool skills that are obtainable, one of which being, at least from what I'm hearing, obtaining all of the 5 pieces of Exodia, the Forbidden One, and starting with all 5 cards in your deck. It's something related to Yugi's grandpa, the grandpa's cards type deal. So a few other really cool skills, one of which that will not allow both players to special or normal summon during a turn if the life points are below a certain level. So there's going to be a few skills, I think, that are related to Yugi, and once Yugi is obtainable, I'd like to do a full analysis as to, all the cards that you could acquire while you level up your Yugi, or as well looking at all the different skills that could be potentially obtainable, both from leveling Yugi up, as well as some of the ones that you could just obtain through drops going against other legendary duelists. So if it is in fact YuGiMoto, then I think we're going to be in pretty good shape, and I think a lot of people are going to be pretty happy about that one. So, but I'm curious to see exactly how this all ties in with everything, seeing that they're going to do a set sail for the kingdom, if they're going to do some kind of Duelist Kingdom setup, and I don't necessarily know exactly all the details as to what's going to be going on. So this one should be interesting. Then in mid-September, there's another one saying, "Let the mayhem begin. A certain character is going on a rampage. Duel as much as you can to obtain exclusive rewards. Looks like someone's in for a trampling." That's the quote there. So be curious to see exactly how this event is going to go, see who's involved, and see what the rules of the game are, and we'll go from there. Then in late September, there's going to be another event. A mysterious tower has suddenly appeared in Duel World. Enemies never before seen lurk inside. Face them with new strategies and techniques. So again, they're just really hammering home, giving players opportunities to get new cards and see new and different legendary duelists to go up against. So even though the Let the Mayhem Begin does not seem to be having anything to do with acquiring a new legendary duelist or going up against another legendary duelist, it just seems to be involving just new enemies that you could go and duel against. So after that, there is another late September thing. There's another massive updates. Another massive update that's going to be coming into the game, and it's coming to YuGiOh Duel Links along with a new world. So the following are planned: an addition of a new world, addition of new characters, addition of new missions, and special login bonuses. And there's going to be various other updates that are also going to be planned for the future. So what this is telling me is that it seems like they're going to keep on following the route of the television series, and it looks like maybe going out on a limb here, but it looks like what's going to happen next is YuGiOh GX. Kind of, you're going to start seeing a lot of those characters, a lot of those cards, if they're adding a completely new world to Duel World. Now, what does this mean as far as the playability? I'm assuming it's going to mean that there's going to be more standard duelists, more legendary duelists. I mean, it seems like there's going to be more of everything, more to keep you busy, I guess. more opportunities to get different cards. So adding a new world is going to be a pretty big overhaul and a pretty big update, and it's nice to see that that Duel Links is going in that direction, because after going around into the comment sections on just a lot of videos, a lot of just a lot of podcast stuff, it seems like the most common thing that I'm seeing, and this is also on Facebook and Twitter too, is that a lot of the players really want to see a lot of those elements from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX into this game. It seems like a lot of them were huge fans of that series within Yu-Gi-Oh! It seems like a lot of their favorite cards came from that series. So it seems like Konami is really listening if this is the route that they're going to take, and they're going to start implementing some of the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX stuff. So just something to keep an eye on, and it's only going to be at the end of September, so that's really huge news that they're doing such a big revamp. And then, of course, they have to mention in early October, because everybody is such huge fans of this, is they're going to be doing another Duelathon event where you fill up your duel meter and you unlock rewards on a daily basis and a cumulative basis. The last Duelathon, though, was really, really good because you had the Gaia the Fierce Knight card that you're able to summon from your hand without tribute if you have no other cards in your hand. So that was a really good one. That was Swift Gaia the Fierce Knight, if I remember correctly. So yeah, they're really improving on the Duelathon. So I know some of you may be laughing about this one, that this is another thing that's going on, and it's just maybe not the event that you personally like, but I've been seeing a lot of improvements with Duelathon, and they're having better cards and better rewards, so I'm actually kind of excited about this event coming back in early October, so that's another one to look out for. And then in mid-October, they're announcing that another character is coming to Duel Links. So there's a new character fit for this time of year will arrive, and the quote is, "Dueling me will give you a spook that will put you in your grave." So what that reminds me of is a nice little character that I think we saw in the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series with the over in the Duelist Kingdom. Can't remember the guy's name, but he looks like a zombie kid, and he was going at it against some of our favorite duelists. So this could be a really cool character. I'm not sure if it's going to be more of a zombie-themed deck. Maybe we'll get, a Call of the Haunted or something like that, which would just be insane if we're able to get something like that in the game. I know we have a lot of revival cards right now, but Call of the Haunted is always one of my favorites, just from a classic player perspective. But anyway, yeah, so that's another character to expect, and the timing does seem perfect for it being around Halloween in mid-October, right in the middle of fall there. So awesome events coming up. So that's basically all of the updates that Konami's announced, and I know that there's going to be some more along the way, but also too, there is another announcement that's going to be more sudden, since it's coming up in just a few days. On August 30th, there's going to be a new mini box, and it's going to be called the Echoes of Silence. Now, this mini box set is the 6th installment to all the mini boxes that are in there, and it seems like we're getting one of these about every month, or even sometimes more than one over the course of a month. But they're going to keep on putting out these new mini boxes. Once it's released in a few days, I will do a full analysis of the box and different strategies, different decks that it'll go well with. So it's just something that I'm going to look into in the future as well. So there is an official preview link on there, so you could go and check out the video, see a lot of their breakdown as to what's in there. But once the set's released in a few days, I will go ahead and just start breaking things down and seeing what's good and seeing what maybe isn't so good. So a lot of good stuff going on. Anyway, that's pretty much it for today's episode. If there's anything that you want me to add, or if there's anything that you want to discuss, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter at YuGiOh Deck Talk. It's all one word, at YuGiOh Deck Talk, and I'd love to hear from you. So anyway, that's it for today's episode. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Take care.